Serve sails out. Service error on Ross. The point goes back to Barton, and so does the serve. Barton. Serve. Good serve, picked up by Elkins. Back into the air for Elkins. She gets it through the blockers and down. Caitlin Elkins coming up with another kill there to get the point to Barton and get the serve back. And Silence comes back on, and she'll go back to serve. Serve on its way. Luther has trouble with it, and that's going to be a service ace for Brittany Silence.
The service ace for Brittany Silence by Bulldogs.
Barton up 10-6 now. Silence again on the serve. Right back to Luther. This time she gets it cleanly. Reed on the setup. Krafka attacks, and that one's going to land out. Point for the Bulldogs. And that's going to draw a timeout from the Lander bench. Barton leading Lander 11-6 in set number 2, but Lander leading 1-0 overall. We will be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Marcus Johnson again welcoming you to the USC Aiken Convocation Center for the first game of the day between the Barton Bulldogs and the Lander Bearcats. Barton up 11-6 here in set number 2, though trailing 1-0 overall. Barton playing a much better game than they did in the first set. First set looked like they were still trying to find their rhythm. This set looking a lot better. Luther receives the serve, set and attacked. Nice job by Elkins to get the dig there. Kirk setting it back for Elkins off the blockers. Oh, desperate effort, but it's going to come up big as Barton's still in it. Elkins on the attack. Nice job by Ross to get the dig there. Sent on over and through the blockers and down in front of Haley Headley for the kill. Amari Ashley going to get credited with the kill on that play. Reed back to serve. Ooh, tailing back to the Landers side, and it's tapped back down. Amari Ashley getting another kill, back-to-back kills for Ashley. And Lander crawling back in, 11-8 now the score. Reed again serves, nice short serve, and a great job to keep the play alive by Silence. And that one is slammed down by number 5, Haley Headley. Great placement in that back corner for the kill for Barton. Raquel back on for Barton, going back to serve the libero, Riley Bain. Short serve right over the top of the net. Reed on the setup. Here comes the attack. That's going towards the back where Silence meets it. Kirk sets it on up. Here's Elkins on the attack, and Elkins is going to get it through for the kill.
Number 6, Caitlin Elkins. Bulldogs.
Bain again on the serve. Ross receives it. Reed sets it up. Here comes Ritz on the attack off the blockers and sent right back on over. Just a reaction play. Again, Reed setting. This time Elkins right there to get the dig. Kept on in by Kirk. Tapped by Elkins, and that's going to go out, but off of fingertips, and it's a point for Barton. Elkin's credited with another kill, adding to our already impressive total on the season. Serve up. Ross receives. Reed sets, and Ritz sends it on over. Bain right there for it. Now Kirk setting it. Tapped on over. Kept alive, though. Kirk, ooh, long, difficult set. Yeah, and that's going to hit the antenna. Not much Elkins could do with that. She was handed a bad ball. Can do only so much. So Lander takes the ball. Heads back to the line to serve, and that will be Caitlin Krafka back there. Her serve getting on over. Elkins receives. Here's the set from Kirk. Tapped on over on the attack by Raquel. McManus now setting things up for Krafka. Kirk right there to get the dig, though. Bain on the setup. Elkins moving up. She'll get the attack through, but it's going to go out. And it's a point for Lander. Krafka again serving. Picked up by Silence. Kirk sets it up. Here's the attack. That's going to go off the antenna. Who did it? And they're going to say it was off of Elkin's hand. And it will be a point for Lander. 14-11 now. Lander right back in it. Long serve. Bain there. Kirk sets. Here's the attack. Tipped off the blockers and picked up by Krafka. Reed, short set and best punched on over, where Barton will set up again with Kirk. Raquel sending it on in, but it's dug on out by Reed. Now the attack from Ritz finds the back line for the kill. Krafka serve, Bain receives. Set from Kirk. Here's the attack from Headley. That's going to get through the blockers and be down for a kill. Barton takes the ball and stops the run that Lander was on. Acevedo going to the back line to serve it. Barton leading 15-12 just past the halfway mark. Serve on its way. Nice movement on the serve. And they're going to call that a point for an illegal attack. And Barton will get it. 16-12 now the score. The illegal attack was on Lander, just to specify. It may have sounded a little confusing there. Serve again for Acevedo. Ross receives. Set from Reed. Here comes the attack, and that one slammed down by Amari Ashley, just putting it straight through the wood on the floor. And they're getting the ball back. McManus serving. Her counterpart Bain receives. Set by Acevedo. Raquel sending it on in. And Lander sets up the attack. Nice block there by Raquel to keep the point going. Lander's Ross on the attack. Acevedo, great dig there, keeping it in the field of play. The set, long set for Kirk, and she's going to put it into the net. Looks like it went off of her wrist where you want to hit the ball, and it will be another point for Lander. Lander still only trailing by 2, and that's going to draw another timeout. This one coming from the Barton bench. We'll take a short break. Barton up by 2, leading 16-14 in set number 2. And we are back at it. Barton leading 16-14, but Lander with the serve as McManus is at the back line. Tipped off the top of the net. Elkins there. Acevedo sets it back up for Elkins, who gets it through the blockers. Sent back on over. Raquel trying to get the quick kill. Not going to happen, though. Lander reacts in time. Sends it on over. Acevedo back to Bain. Now to Elkins, whose attack is picked up by McManus on the dig. Elkins on the setup. Back over for Krafka, who gets it on through and on the back line for a kill. Not back line, sideline. I'll meet you halfway, actually. The middle line. There we go. Serve on its way from McManus and on its way out. That's a point for the Bulldogs. Good discipline there to let that one go through. Barton back ahead with a 2-point lead. Caitlin Elkins serving it. Kendall comes back onto the court for Barton. Serve on its way. Krafka receives. Set up by Reed. Tapped on over. Nice job by Acevedo to keep the point going. But it's to no avail as Kirk can't get a handle on it off of the net. And it's a point for Lander. Luther back out on the court and heading back to the line. Serving it on up, trailing 1. Bain has it. Acevedo keeps it in. Raquel sends it on in, but Krafka gets it on the dig. Back to Krafka on the attack. Bain right there to dig it out. Acevedo sets for Kirk. Kirk gets blocked, and she's going to end up touching it twice. And that will be a point for Lander. Ross and Kinsler teaming up for the block on that one, and Lander has tied this one up at 17. Luther again serving. Awkward reception, but kept up by Acevedo. The attack by Elkins gets through the back line, and it will be a kill and a point for Barton. Ashley Owens comes in and heads right to the back line for the Bulldogs. They now lead 18-17. Serve on its way. McManus receives. Reed sets it up. Here's Ross on the attack. Blocked at the net, but kept alive by Kinsler. Set for Luther, whose attack is deep, but it's kept alive. Acevedo popping it up into the air. Here's the attack where McManus gets the dig. Reed on the set at the net. Blocked and out. Point Lander. Kinsler credited with the kill. She didn't beat the blockers, but the blockers sent it out. And that's a good point for Lander any day of the week. Kyra Ross serves it up. Received by Kendall. Set by Acevedo, and that one slammed on through by Allie Collins. Barton back ahead by 1. Sarah Kirk serves. Luther receives that one. Reed coming on over to set it up for Krafka, who gets it in, but Bain gets the dig. Kirk on the setup. Here's the attack. Blocked and downed on the Barton side. That's a point for Lander. Tied up again. Serve on its way from Kinsler. Kirk setting it on up. Here's the attack, and that's going to get through the blockers and down. Allie Collins coming up with the kill there. Barton once again taking the lead. Silence back off the bench and headed to the back line to serve it. Barton up 20-19. And a service ace for Silence makes it 21-19.
The service ace, Timberlake Silence. Bulldogs.
Silence serve on its way, and she's going to serve it out through the back end. Point for Lander.
Substituting for Bearcats is number 11, Hannah Ritz.
Reed serves it. Kirk sets it. Here's the attack from Elkins, and she's going to attack. Oh, no, it just landed out. I thought it hit the line. But that was on the far side, and I have absolutely no view of it. So it's a point for Lander, and we've tied things up again. Reed's serve. Kirk sets, and Collins attacks and gets it off of the hands of McMullen for the kill. Barton back up 22-21. Anybody set at this point? Riley Bain serving. Up in the air, here comes the attack. That one slammed on down through by Ritz. Absolutely split every defender. Found the open back corner. All knotted up at 22 apiece. Krafka serves. Silence receives. Kirk sets it. Here's the attack from Raquel. And that one's going to be downed in. Point for Barton. They're back up. Back and forth we go late in the second set. Acevedo to the line to serve. On its way and on its way out. Point for Lander, 23-23. Barton working in their zone. Elkins trying to tap it on over the blockers. Unable to. That's set on in, and that's going to be down. Lander with the kill, and now Lander with the set point. Ross getting the credit for the kill on that one, and that will draw another timeout from Barton. And instead of going into a break, we'll go ahead and basically give you the second set stats as they stand now, with possibly only one more point to play. Barton doing much better this round. They now only trail Lander 35-20 in terms of points, although Lander's still dominating on the kills front with 29 kills to 16 kills from Barton. Even on attack errors at 10-10. 81 total attacks for Barton, 74 for Lander. Hitting percentage is also where it's showing. 257 hit percentage for Lander, a 74 hit percentage for the Bulldogs. We're winding down the timeout with 30 seconds left. Barton looks like they're done. Lander's still going over a few things. Again, Lander with set point 24-23. They win this one. They go up 2-0. And that's a lot. That's a big difference from an even 1-1 set. So I'm certain Barton definitely not wanting to go down 2. McManus will go to the back line to serve for Lander, serving for the set. Nice serve, Bain. Trouble with it, going to be punched on over by Elkins. Lander working it in their zone. McManus with the setup for Ritz, and Ritz slams it down for the kill to the right of Acevedo, and that will close out set number 2. Lander takes it 25-23. As we move on into the third set, Lander leading Barton 2-0. And welcome back, folks, to the USC Aiken Convocation Center. Marcus Johnson here. Again, thanking you for joining us on your Saturday morning and an hour and 3 minutes away from being afternoon. Thought it was a little later than that, but this game has been moving pretty fast as the Lander Bearcats lead the Barton Bulldogs 2-0 on this first game of this 4-game day. That's right, there will be 4 games on the main court today for this tournament, and I will be calling each and every one of them. It's going to be a long one, but a fun one. At least that's how it's been so far. Lander will take the serve to start off set number 3. Madeline Reed serving. And it's on its way. Elkins receives the serve, a set from Acevedo back for Elkins. Nice dig there from McManus, where Reed will set up for Krafka. Off the hands, still kept alive. Nice job by Silence to get it. And Kirk sends it on over to keep the point going. Reed again on the set, tapped on over. Ooh, I was about to say, it looked like Lander was going to get away with a net violation, but not to be as Amari Ashley gets called on it. And so it will be a point for Barton. They'll strike first here in the third set, and Acevedo to the line. Good serve, great movement. Ashley set it on up, and Ross can't do anything with it either. So it'll be a point for Barton. They're up 2-0. They're going to credit that as a service ace to Acevedo. I'm sure she won't complain. Serve on its way. Ross receives, Reed sits it up. Here's Krafka on the attack. That's going to go off the blockers and out. Point Lander. So Lander gets on the board for the first time this set. Krafka to the line to serve. Good serve. Elkins received. Here's Acevedo with the set. The attack sails out. That's a point for Lander.
The ball's out.
Another good serve. Bain able to get it. Acevedo sets it up for Elkins, whose attack goes off the blockers right to Krafka. Reed setting for Ritz. Ritz looking for the back corner, and she's going to find it. Silence can't catch up to it, and Lander takes the lead 3-2. Krafka's serve long. Ooh, that might have gone out, but Elkins put her hand on it. Play will continue, and now play will stop as the ball goes into the net. Ashley and Kyra Ross team up to block it. Lander with a 2-point lead now, 4-2. Krafka's serve just gets over the net, back over to the Lander side where it's corralled after the attack. Kirk's attack is blocked, kept going though. Bulldogs setting up with Acevedo. Attack sails out. No, it doesn't sail out, just kissed the line. That will beat Krafka on the left side for the Barton point. Caitlin Elkins to the line to serve for Barton. Nice high toss, good hard serve. Reed setting things up. Here's Ross, she gets it off the blockers, and that's going to be down, and a kill for Ross and the Bearcats. Serve on its way from McManus. Set from Acevedo. Here's the attack. That's going to go off the blockers and down. That's a point for the Bearcats. Credit the kill to Peyton Kendall. Ashley Owen to the back line to serve for Barton, trailing by 1. Krafka receives. Here's the set from Reed. Ritz on the attack, gets it into Acevedo, who gets the dig. Kirk setting things up, an attack on its way. McManus getting the dig there. Reed sets for Ross, who tries to punch it on over, but it's blocked. Kept going with a set from Reed. Ritz attacks. Nice job by Acevedo to get a dig there. Set on up into the air. Here's Elkins on the attack. That one will be dug out by Krafka. Up in the air. Kinsler gets it through, kept alive, and sent on over by Elkins. Great dig there from Reed. McManus on the set for Ritz again, and Acevedo able to get it into the air, high into the air. Kirk keeps it alive, and will be sent on over by Elkins. Point still going. Reed on the set. Here's the attack from Ritz. Off the blockers and down, and Lander comes away with the point. Long points like that are huge for momentum. And when you win them, you feel great. When you lose them, you feel awful. Luther on the serve. Elkins receives. High set from Acevedo. Kirk will get it on through. Reed keeps it in the air, as does Krafka. Ross gets it through the blockers and down for the kill. Another point for the Bearcats. Luther again serving. Very short serve. Nice job there to get up there and get it, but the attack will be sent on out. Got to point out Peyton Kendall made a great effort coming all the way from the back to try to get that play, and she did keep it up in the air. Unfortunately for Barton, the attack sailed out. Luther again, another good serve. Elkins receives, set on up by Acevedo. Here's the attack, and that one will get through the blockers for a point. Sarah Kirk credited with the kill. Barton getting the point, and they'll take back the serve. Haley Headley coming back onto the court. Acevedo will take a break. Sarah Kirk to the line to serve. Serve to Luther. Set up by Reed. Here comes the attack from Kinsler. It gets on through, but Elkins able to get the dig. For Barton, they're back within one. 8-7 Lander lead. Kirk's serve sails on out. Lander takes the point and takes over the serve again. Ross to the back line to serve it up. Lander up by 2. Elkins has it, set on up. Here's the attack from Collins. Nice job there to keep the play alive by Luther. But they can't corral it in the Bearcat zone. Collins coming up with the kill and another Barton point to pull back within 1. And Brittany Silence will head on out. Silence's serve picked up by McManus. Here's the, I was going to say set by Reed, but she shovels it on over. Looking for that campfire kill, not going to happen though. Set up again by Reed, tapped on over by Kinsler. And they're going to call a net violation on Barton. It's a point Lander. Kinsler gets the kill, and now she'll head back to serve. Good serve, Elkins. Set from Kirk. Attack on its way through the blockers, but Reed right there to get it. Luther sets things up. Here's Ross, and Ross will get it through off the hands of Kirk for the kill. Serve on its way. Elkins receives. Here's the set from Kirk. The attack from Collins. Nice job by Ross to recover that one, and it'll be tapped on over by Krafka. Kirk again on the set. Elkins on the attack, and Elkins will beat Kinsler for the kill. Serve on its way from Bain. Lander working it in his own. Ross taps it up high over the blockers, and that's going to go out. Great effort, though, from Riley Bain to try to get up and catch that. But her effort ended up sending it on out, and it will be a point for Lander. They're up by 3 now. Reed to the back line to serve. On its way. And on its way out. It's a point for Barton. Looks like Acevedo going to sub back in. And she will. She'll take the place of Haley Headley and go to the back line to serve. Lander leading by 2. McManus received it. Ross taps it on over the blockers. High into the air. Acevedo sets it. Here's Elkins on the attack. Again, McManus getting the dig. Set for Reed. Here's Ritz on the attack, and Ritz is going to get it down in front of Acevedo for the kill. Krafka to serve. Picked up by Bain. Set by Acevedo. Tapped on over by Elkins, and Elkins will find some open space for the kill. And now Caitlin Elkins will go to the back line to serve. Serve on its way off the top of the net. High into the air. McManus gets to it, and it'll be sent on over by Reed. Ball still in play, up into the air by Acevedo. Tapped over the blockers and down. Great kill by Haley Headley to time the blocker jump perfectly to get the kill. And Barton now within one. Elkins serve off the top of the net. McManus right there for it. Reed on the setup. Here's Ross on the attack, and Ross's attack will sail out, and Barton has tied this one up at 13. Elkins again serves. It goes off the top of the net again. Reed setting things up for Ritz, who taps it on up. Popped up into the air by Kirk, kept up going, sent on over by Kendall. Reed setting things up for Krafka, who'll just tap it on in to keep the play going. Acevedo sets it up. Here's Elkins on the attack, where Reed will get the dig there. Krafka attacking, Acevedo digging it out. Up in the air from Kirk, here's the attack, and that's going to be a kill for Peyton Kendall right in front of McManus, and Barton takes the lead. Elkins still back to serve. Nice little run Barton's been on. Let's see if they can keep it up. That good serve right there will really help. Tapped on over. And Mari Ashley coming up big to stop the run and tie this game up again as she gets the kill. I have to say that was a very nice serve, though, and Lander does a great job receiving it. McManus to the line to serve now. Lander libero sends it. Acevedo keeps it going, sent on in. Krafka there to set it. Reed taps it for Kinsler, who taps it on in. Nice job by Elkins to catch up to that. Acevedo sets it. Here's the attack from Kendall. Reed sets it up again for Kinsler. Acevedo gets a handle on it. Kirk keeps it in play, and it's sent back on in by Elkins, where Lander will set it up again. Ritz attacks, gets it off the blockers, and down for the kill. McManus again on the serve. Bain receives it. Acevedo sets it up. Here's the attack. Blocked at the net and down. But it's downed out, and it will be a kill for Sarah Kirk. And Barton takes the point, ties it up again. 15 all past the halfway mark of set number 3. Back at the line, Ashley Owen for Barton. Serve to Ritz, set up by Reed. Here's the attack from Kinsler. Great dig by Acevedo. Kirk on the setup. Here's the attack from Elkins, but it goes into the net. So Lander will take the point, retake the serve, retake the lead, and we'll see Boo Luther head back to do so. Luther's serve. Just managed to be corralled and sent back over, almost a service ace. Reed sets it on up. Here's Krafka getting it on over. Acevedo receives. Set on up, tapped at the net by the blockers, kept alive. Acevedo setting it on up for Kirk. Kirk's attack over the blockers, Luther getting the dig. Set by Reed. Here's the attack from Ross. Nice job by Bain to get the dig there. Acevedo setting it on up again for Kendall, but she's blocked at the net by number 5, Riley Kinsler, and number 13, Madeline Reed, and that's going to draw a timeout from Barton. Lander up 17-15 here in set number 3, also leading 2 sets to nothing. And we're back from the timeout. Lander up by 2, leading 17-15 over the Barton Bulldogs. Lander also in possession of the serve as Luther sets it up and sends it on over. Kendall received. Azevedo sets back for Kendall. Lander trying to work it in their zone, cannot. Peyton Kendall will get the kill, and Barton will get the serve back on their end. Sarah Kirk to the back line to serve, trailing by 1. Serve on its way. Luther receives it. Reed sets it up. Here's Ross on the attack, and her attack sails out through the back end. Barton ties it up at 17. Kirk again serving. McManus receives that one while Reed sets it on up for Kinsler, who taps it on in. Popped up into the air by Kirk, who gets it to Kendall, who gets it through the blockers for the kill. And Barton back out in front, 18-17. Short serve into the net. Boo Luther made a valiant effort to come up to catch that, and fortunately for her, she didn't have to. Don't mean to laugh, but it was somewhat funny. She's laughing too, so I guess maybe it's safe for me to laugh. Serve on its way from Ross. Set up by Kirk, tapped on over by Kendall. McManus now setting it up for Ross again, sent on in. Baines there to receive it, while Kirk sets it back up for the Bearcats, sent on into the Lander end, up into the air. Nice job by Kirk to get the dig off the top of the net, and it'll be popped on over where Lander will set up for another attack. Krafka attacks. Bain keeps it up into the air, and it'll be sent on over by Cullens. Reed again setting it up for Krafka, again off the hands and into the Barton bench for a point for the Bearcats, and they're back out in front, 19-18. Serve from Kyra Ross. Tipped on in, kept alive, high into the air, back on over to the Barton side, jump ball, still alive, sent on over by Kirk. Nice job by Ross to rush over and get that. Reed sets it up for Krafka, blocked at the net again, right back to Krafka. Reed setting things up, Ross punching it on over, Barton trying to work it in their end. Popped high into the air, here's Elkins, and Elkins gets it through McManus for the kill.
Kill to number 6, Caitlin Elkins. Bulldogs.
Brittany Silence comes on off the bench and goes straight to the back line to serve. Score knotted at 19. Ooh, almost a service ace. Luther got a hand under it in time. Krafka on the attack, and Krafka coming up with the kill.
Kill to number 9, Caitlin Krafka.
Lander back out in front by 1. Kinsler to the line to serve. On its way. Elkins receives. Kirk with the setup. Back for Elkins, who gets met at the line by the blockers, number 13, Madeline Reed, and number 14, Amari Ashley. Take a moment here as Barton needs to mop up the floor. They had a lot of slipping and falling yesterday, and we don't want a repeat of that tonight. And before we can get to the serve, a timeout coming up. Lander leading by 2, 21-19 here in set number 3, also up 2-0. Second timeout coming to a close. We'll get right back to volleyball. Lander up by 2, 21-19 in the third set. Kinsler to serve still. Serve on its way. Elkins receives, set on up by Kirk, tapped on over where Kinsler will get it. Reed sets it up for Krafka, and Krafka puts it on the back line for the kill. Serve inbound. Elkins receives. Kirk with the set back for Elkins, whose attack is met by Luther. Reed sets it on up, and Mari Ashley sending it on in. Kept alive, up into the air by Reed, where Ross will meet it, and Luther will send it on over, where Bain meets up with it. Up into the air by Kirk, and the attack sails out off of the hands of Haley Headley, and another point for the Bearcats. Lander 2 away from closing this set out. Closing this match out, actually, as they lead 2-0. Kinsler's serve inbound. Picked up by Silence. Kirk with the set for Elkins. Nice job by Luther to get the dig, and Amari Ashley mistimed it. And it'll be a point for Barton. 23-20 now, and they'll take over on serve with Riley Bain going to the back line. Gotta take another moment as they... I think they were about to mop things up, but it seems to be okay. Riley Bain back at the line serving. Luther receives the serve. Set from Reed. Here comes the attack from Krafka, and Krafka's going to find the hardwood for a kill, and it is match point Lander. Reed on the serve. Into the net and sent on over by Silence. Ross to Reed, set for Krafka. She meets some blockers. McManus pops it into the air to keep things going. And Ross ends up tapping it into her own net. And it'll be a point for Barton. So Acevedo comes off the bench and goes to the back line. Barton still trailing by 3 and still match point for Lander. Serve inbound. McManus has trouble receiving it. And it'll be a service ace for Acevedo. Acevedo serving. McManus receives. Reed sits it on up. Here's Krafka on the attack. High into the air. Acevedo setting it up again. Kirk sending it on over where McManus will meet it. Reed setting things up. Here's Ritz on the attack, and that's going to go off of Silence. She tried to get out of the way, but it went off her stomach and out, and that is a point and set and match for Lander. 25-22, the final score of set number 3. They take it in straight sets over the Barton Bulldogs, and in just an absolute dominant effort from the Lander Bearcats as they outscored Barton 54-34 in total points, 46-28 in kills, and out-hit them 231-84 on hit percentage. But that will do it. The next match coming up in just about an hour or so as the host USC Aiken takes on Queens for the very first time since the 2016 Southeast Regional Championship game. So be sure to stick around because that one is bound to be a good one. But until then, I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you and have a good one.
Davidson, North Carolina, number 15, Gabby Montgomery. A junior from Mooresville, North Carolina, number 16, Mallory Swartz. A sophomore from Lincoln Hills, Illinois, number 17, Jordan Prozeniak. A sophomore from Littleton, Colorado, number 18, in the smart libero jersey, J.C. Jones. And a freshman from Wake Forest, North Carolina, wearing number 21, April Wiseman. The head coach of the Royals, Hannah Long, the assistant coach, Rachel Moran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your USC Aiken Pacers. A senior from St. Simon's Island, Georgia, number 1, Ellie Kirk. A junior from North Augusta, South Carolina, number 3, Ellie Bell. A sophomore from St. John's, Florida, number 5, Brittany French. A sophomore from Fort Mill, South Carolina, number 6, Bryn Bonner. A sophomore from St. John's, Florida, number 7, Allie Smith. A sophomore from Amelia Island, Florida, number 8, Kayla Duggan. A freshman from Danielsville, Georgia, number 11, Matt Strozier. A junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 13, Christine Carroll. A sophomore from Gaffney, South Carolina, number 16, Kelsey Sperlin. A freshman from Columbia, South Carolina, number 18, Logan McMullen. A freshman from San Antonio, Texas, number 19, Brittany Vildores. A junior from St. Charles, Illinois, number 21, Avery Macklin. A freshman from Sumter, South Carolina, number 22, Anita Cookingham. A senior from Cummings, Georgia, number 33, Okene Abago. And wearing the Ritzy Libero jersey, a junior from Wellington, Florida, number 88, Rebecca Martinez. The head coach of the Pacers, Glenn Cox. The assistant coaches are Chip Herring and Jim Dzikowski.
And a warm welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the USC Aiken Convocation Center for the second game of Day 3 of the USC Aiken Invitational. This one between the visiting Queens Royals and the host team, the USC Aiken Pacers. I'll be joined on the broadcast today by one of the members of the dance team, Becca Prine. Welcome.
Hi.
Your microphone's maybe messed up. Test?
Test.
Nope.
Test.
That's better.
All right.
I have to make sure that sometimes the receiver doesn't, it turns off the wrong way and gets all weird. But this is the first matchup between the Pacers and Queens since the 2016 Southeast Region Championship, in which Queens dropped a 2-0 set lead on the Pacers, who went on to the Elite Eight. Were you at the school for that one?
I was actually not at the school.
Oh,
for that
okay,
one.
so that was just before you must have come here then. Yeah, that was an incredible tournament, just full of just great matches. Queens, number 7 seed in that tournament against the number 1 USC Aiken Pacers back then, and they pulled some big upsets, but and almost pulled the biggest. But fortunately for the home crowd, the Pacers pulled it out, and we'll get set for the rematch 2 years later. Well, Queens is ready. USC Aiken is ready. Queens will get the ball to serve first, and Mallory Swartz will do the honors. Ball is up, serve on its way. And here we go. Pacers working it in their zone. Here's the attack off of the hands of number 9, Casey Tarvin, and the Pacers get the first point off the hands of Brittany Vildores. 1-0 USC Aiken. Ball comes over to their side. And Allie Bell to serve. Received cleanly. Set on up by Becerra. Blocked at the net and out. Point Queens. So serving the ball now, Jordan Prozeniak. She serves it to Martinez, who gets it. Picked up by Bell, and the attack from Vildores hits the hardwood off the hands of Mallory Swartz, and it's a point for the Pacers. I was expecting this one to be a back and forth battle, and it's starting out that way. Allie Smith serving. Queens working it in their zone. Becerra sets it up. Here's the attack. Bell gets a handle on it. Sperlin setting it up into the air. Allie Smith just sending it on over, keeping the point alive. Swartz sets it up. Here's the attack from Tarvin. And that's going to sail out. Point Queens.
The kill to number 9, Casey Garvin. Point Royals.
Serving the libero, J.C. Jones. Kayla Duggan receives the serve. Set on up. Valdores fakes it. Here's the attack.
Kill to number 16,
Kelsey Sperling getting credited with the kill on that one, and Christine Carroll stepping onto the court. She's the one who got the clincher in that match against Queens. She hit the final kill, which sealed the deal back in 2016. I'll be reminiscing a lot throughout this whole match, so just bear with me.
No, you got it.
Kayla Duggan on the attack now. That one's going to sail out. It'll be another point for the Queens Royals. So Alexandria Becerra will serve for Queens, tied up at 3-3. Allie Smith receives the serve, set on up by Bell. Duggan attacks, looking for the back corner, and it just hits the line for the kill. Allie Kirk coming into the game for Allie Bell. Kelsey Sperling back to serve. Ball worked around in the Queen zone. Here's the attack from Tarvin. And that one just misses the line. That'll be a point for the Pacers. Sperling serves it up. Queens working it. Set up by Becerra. Here's the attack. Goes off the hands of the blockers. Martinez there to pick it up while Kirk sets it for Carroll. And Carroll gets it through for the kill. I imagine it must be difficult for you to, be reserved while on the press row.
It's hard.
As a member of the dance team, you're used to getting up and cheering and all that.
Yes, it's so hard not being able to just jump up.
I'm with you on that one. It gets tough at times, especially after a really exciting point gets
hard.
played.
I'm holding back.
Kirk with the setup for Carroll, who taps it over the blockers and finds an opening for the kill. Pacers starting to get on a roll. And we have a timeout coming up, so we're going to take a short break. Be right back. And we are back. Marcus Johnson along with member of the USC Aiken dance team, Brittany Prime, as the Pacers take on the Queens Royals, leading 7-3. Kelsey Sperling serves it on up. And the Royals on the attack. Martinez gets a hand on it. Sperling trying to recover it. And Allie Smith can't get there in time to send it back over. And will be a kill for Casey Tarvin and the Royals. Serve back on their end. And Tarvin will take it. Serve on its way. Martinez receives it cleanly. Ellie Kirk sets it up. Here's Kayla Duggan, and she breaks through the blockers for the kill. And we'll have Vanna Stroger come in now. She will serve it up with the Pacers up 8-4 here in set number 1. Queens working it out in their zone, and the ball is blown dead. I believe a ball handling error will be the call. Yes, that is the call. Pacers get the point. Stroger serves it short. Picked up by Montgomery. Back over onto the Queens side. Przeniak will pop it up into the air. Attack on its way. Martinez getting the dig. Kirk sets it up for Carroll, who taps it over the blockers. Great job there by the libero for Queens. Jones to get that one. Back onto the Pacers' side. Kirk trying to save it. Gonna be unable to. Gabby Montgomery will get credited with the point on that one. Queens getting the serve. No. I thought for a second it was going to Queens. I'm wrong. I'm often wrong, actually. So net violation is the call. Pacers will get the point and keep the serve. Jones received it cleanly. Up in the air. Przeniak sends it on over. Martinez getting the dig. Kirk setting it on up. Here's Allie Smith, and she gets through the blockers for the kill. Again, Strozier. Jones receives. Set on up by Becerra. Blocked at the net, kept alive though. Becerra sets it up again. Here comes the attack that gets through, but Strozier's there to get the dig. Kirk with the setup for Sperlin. Off the tops of the blockers and down right in front of 3 players. Good kill for Kelsey Sperlin and a good point for USC Aiken. I thought we might have a timeout. Pacers up by 12, up 12-4 on Queens early on, as we reach the halfway point of set number 1. Another short serve from Strozier. Montgomery picks it up, set on up, blocked at the net, and sent back down. Christine Carroll getting credited with a solo block there, and the Pacers get another point. What a run they have been on. Strozier's serve. Cleanly gotten by Tarvin up in the air. Tarvin going to send it on over now, where Sperlin will get to it. Allie Kirk sets it up. Here comes Carroll, and Carroll gets it through the blockers for a kill. And another timeout coming up from Queens, and instead of going to a break, we're going to drill you with a few questions.
That's fine.
So the dance team, how's the dance team looking this year?
So far, so good. All of our practices have been really good. We're bonding pretty great.
I've always, I've worked a lot of games, and the dance team always seems to put out good routines out there. Have you worked on any new routines for the season?
We have, so far, we've started working on 2. They're not finished, just, learning them. We're basically pretty much in training right now, just getting our bodies back into the groove of things.
And now, here's a question I've always wanted to ask, but
okay.
Is there a friendly competition between you and the cheerleaders? Or do you really work together more so than work against?
Honestly, we work together more than we work against each other. I mean, we're all considered one big spirit squad. There's no, separation, but what we do are two very different things, so.
Okay, that's good to hear. I was always curious because I didn't know if you guys had a rivalry with each other or if you really were almost one and the same with different
when
roles.
Each of us come out on this court, we're there for each other.
That's good. That's what I love to hear. USC Aiken has that ability. All the different athletic groups, dance team, cheer, basketball, volleyball, they all seem to get along with each other and they just mesh.
Yes, we love each other and we support each other and everything.
And that's one of the great things about USC Aiken. We'll get back into action now. Pacers up by 10, 14-4. Vanna Strozier still serving for USC Aiken. Queens working on it. Here's the setup and the attack from Przeniak. Pacers now on it. Allie Kirk sent it for Carroll, who got a nice attack in, but it was dug out cleanly. Martinez getting a good dig there. Kirk setting it on up for Allie Smith off the blockers and on the line. Kill for Allie Smith and another point for the Pacers. Wonder if Strozier's getting a little bored back there. She's been serving for quite a while. Off the top of the net, awkwardly handled, but Przeniak will get an attack off. It's blocked at the net by Carroll and Kirk. Still kept in play and sent on over where Martinez will get to it. Set up again. Carroll taps it over. Nice job by Jones to dig that one out. Strozier there to pick it up as it's sent on over. Kirk looking for the campfire, and Kirk will get it as it is a kill for Allie Kirk and another point for the Pacers. Serve on its way. Short serve, picked on up, set up by Becerra. Martinez getting the dig as it's sent on over. Here's Allie Smith again. Nice dig there from Becerra back on over to the Pacers side, and Vanna Strozier laying out to get to that one. And again, Allie Smith is denied on a dig from Becerra. Attack, gets through and down. Credit the kill to Lindsay Elmore, and Queens finally stops the run that the Pacers have been on. Serve on its way. Strozier receives. Allie Kirk with the setup. Here's Carroll on the attack, and that one's going to sail out through the back end. But it went off of a fingertip, so I was wrong. I thought it was all Queens, but instead it will be a kill for Christine Carroll to add to her impressive season total. Queens working on it. Sarah set it up, and it's blocked, but out. And that one is a point for Queens. And Mallory Swartz will sub in. She'll go back to serve. She started off the game serving. Schroeder receives the serve. Kirk sets it on up. The Eldores tried to get it on through. Kirk trying to get the jump ball, but it's going to end up landing on the Pacers' side and will be a point for Queens. 17-7 now the score. Lead now back to 10. Przeniak credited with the kill on that. Short one. The Eldores gets to it. Kirk sets it on up. Here's Allie Smith, and she gets it off the blockers and down for a point. 18-7 now the score. Allie Bell back on out. Serve on its way. Picked up by Przeniak. Set at the net. Blocked by Villadores for another point. Bell again to serve. On its way. Przeniak receives, set on up, back for Przeniak, and she's going to just get it on the line for a kill and a point.
Kill to number 17, Jordan Przeniak. Point Royals.
And now Przeniak goes back to serve for Queens. A lot of ground to make up, though, as the Pacers are leading by 11 here in the first set. Martinez receives the serve. Allie Bell sets it on up. Blocked at the net, kept alive though. Przeniak going to have to try desperately to keep it in, but it's going to end up going into the scorers table, and pretty sure that's not inbounds. And Pacers get another point, closing in on closing out the first set. Allie Smith with the serve. Nice short serve there. Queens setting it up. Here comes the attack. Allie Bell right there for it. Set on up, and Nita Cookie-Gam on the attack, and it's going to be a point for Queens. Net violation is the call. No, serve will swap on over to their end, and Jones will take it. Serve on its way. Cookie-Gam receives it. Bell sets it right back for her. On its way. Przeniak got a nice dig under there, and the play is blown dead. Point for the Pacers on the ball handling error.
Pacers.
And Rebecca Martinez back at the line to serve. The All-American libero serves it. Przeniak receives, set on up by Farley, attack on its way. Martinez getting the dig. Another setup, another attack coming from Sperlin, drifting back to the Pacers side, and Carroll just taps it down for the kill.
Christine Carroll, Pacers.
And now Rebecca Martinez will go to the line to serve again. Long serve, ooh, that might have gone out. Chance for a service ace, but Przeniak sends it back on over where Martinez meets it. Set by Bell. Carroll on the attack, and that one just misses the back line. That'll be a point for Queens. Alexandria Becerra goes back to serve. Logan McMullen coming onto the court for USC Aiken in place of Christine Carroll. On its way, Allie Smith receives. Allie Bell sets. Anita Cookie-Gam on the attack, and that's going to soar out through the back. That'll be another point for Queens. On its way, Cookie-Gam receives it. Set from Bell, right back to her. And it just nicked the antenna. So it'll be another point for Queens. Queens starting to get on a bit of a run here. Pacers have plenty of room to work with, but they don't want to get too complacent. Martinez receives the serve, set from Bell. Here comes the attack. McMullen trying to get a nice kill there, but missed. Bell gets to it, and it's downed. Another point for Queens. 22-13, deficit now 9. Becerra again to serve. On its way, Smith receives it. Set on up by Bell. Here comes the attack. And that one sails out. No fingertips. Another point for Queens. Serve on its way. Allie Smith. Set up for Sperlin, whose attack is dug on out by Becerra. Popped into the air. And Przeniak just missed it. I think there was miscommunication between her and Becerra on who was going to get that one. And so it'll be a point for USC Aiken.
Substituting in is number 6, Brent Bonner. And we have the Allie switch. Kirk for Bell.
Allie Bell swaps out with Allie Kirk. And Bryn Bonner coming in for the first time in today's game. But not before Rebecca Martinez needs to mop up the floor a little bit. I don't assume you guys have too much trouble out there when you go out on the dance floor with the moisture.
Actually, it all depends. Sometimes the floor gets really dry. We can't move. We can't turn.
Oh, interesting. So you actually want it to be a little more slick.
Yeah, we need it a little more slick.
Serve on its way from Bonner. Up in the air, Przeniak sending it on over. Nice dig there from Bonner. Allie Kirk grabs a hold of it for Allie Smith. Her attack gets through, but it's dug on out. Attack on its way from the Queens side. Nice dig from Martinez. Bonner bailing her out, and Cookie Gam sends it over. Jones getting the dig on that one. Back on up and sent on over by Tarvin. Pacers trying to work it, and Allie Kirk can't get there in time as she lays out. But it's a point for Queens. 23-15. Pacers 2 away from closing it out, but Queens inching their way back in. Back at the line to serve, Casey Tarvin. Martinez receives the serve. Allie Kirk sets it up for Cookie Gam. She gets it through, but Jones gets the dig on it. Tarvin again setting it. Przeniak sends it over where Martinez will meet it. Kirk with the setup. Blocked at the net. Kept going, though. Up in the air by Smith, and Martinez will just send it on over. Sent right back over to the Pacers' side, and Allie Smith can't get to it in the back corner. It's another point for Queens. Elmore getting credited with the kill there. And Tarvin will serve it again. Martinez receives the serve. Kirk with the setup. Here's Allie Smith on the attack. She taps it on over where Przeniak gets to it. Attack on its way from Tarvin. Dug out by Bonner. Kirk sends it on over quickly, trying to catch him off guard. Not going to happen. Attack breaking through by Elmore. Kirk again sets it up for Cookie Gam, and Cookie Gam gets it off the blockers for a kill.
Number 22, Anita Cookingham. Pacers.
Every now and again we get a stray ball that comes over here. Gotta be alert.
That's okay. I'm used to basketballs being flown at me.
Oh yeah, you're right behind the basket usually. That's your usual position. So.
Oh yeah.
Smith on the attack, and Smith threads the needle to get the kill, beating out Alexandria Becerra to close out the first set, 25-16. Players will switch sides, and we will take a short break before set number 2. And welcome back, folks. Marcus Johnson here along with Becca Prine as we get set for set number 2 to start between USC Aiken and Queens. We have an interesting stat for you.
Yes, Rebecca Martinez just entered the 6th place for all-time digs. She needs 10 more to get into the 5th.
10 more to get into 5th place. That's really, she's getting close now. I mean, she's been absolutely on fire all season, almost breaking the school record every single time she steps out onto the court.
She's been working.
And there's a very good chance that she will have 10 more digs with, at the very minimum, 2 more sets to play. As the Pacers lead 1-0 over Queens, we are ready for set number 2. Allie Bell back to serve. It looks like she's going to serve, so I'm just going to assume. A little bit of a delay here before we get started up. No, ball comes out. Allie Bell looks ready. We are ready here as well. And set number 2 getting underway now as Bell serves it up. Kozeniak receives the serve. Here comes the attack. Bell gets the dig, and the ball sails out onto the press row. And it'll be a point for Queens. They strike first. That was funny what you were saying earlier about when having to watch the basketball players needing to duck and get out of the way of them.
Yes, they can jump, you can duck. Teamwork.
Volleyball, we just tend to have them crashing into the table. We have a little bit of a buffer, but even then, you're not 100% safe. Queens working it in their zone. Allie Bell receives it as it's sent on over. Martinez sets it up for Allie Smith. Dug on out. Great dig there from Jones, and it'll be sent back on over where Martinez will get it. Bell sets things up, and Vialdora is coming up with the kill right in front of Jones, and Pacers tie it up at 1. And Kayla Duggan coming back on out in place of Vanna Strozier. Allie Smith to the back line to serve. Received by Tarvin. Back to Tarvin. She taps it on over. Great dig by Bell and sent on over by Duggan. Point still alive thanks to some good effort. Although this time Tarvin beats out Allie Bell, and Allie Smith couldn't bail her out. apologize for the sound delay. A plug came undone, so we are now back on the air officially. Score is 5-4 Pacers. I just looked over to my left and I saw somebody fiddling with the plugs. I'm like, oh, okay, nobody's hearing us. But the score is now tied at 5 as that point goes to the Queens side. And Casey Snyder, who's subbed in, will go to the back line to serve now for the Royals. Ball on its way. Martinez receives it, a high into the air where Kirk will get to it. Now Sperlin attacking from deep in her own zone, and that'll end up hitting the net. And Queens has retaken the lead, 6-5. Snyder serves again. Sperlin receives. Kirk keeps it on their side, but Carroll can't punch it. And Queens with a 2-point lead now. Much more competitive in this set. Queens making the adjustments they need to. Snyder's serve is short. Sperlin gets it, but it's right back over to Queens' end, where they will set things up for the attack. Blockers can't get it. Nice job by Kirk to save it and bail out the Pacers. Ball sent on over. Sperlin with it. Now Kirk sets it for Carroll, and Carroll just taps it over the blockers and gets it onto the floor for a kill. And one of the problems with the sound cutting out every now and again, the plugs are right there on the floor, so if somebody just brushes their foot against it, sometimes it'll come unplugged. So that may happen a few more times, and we apologize in advance if it does. Przeniak on the attack. Sperlin gets a nice high dig out of that one. Strozier sending it back into play. Allie Smith on the attack. And a net violation going to be called here. Allie Smith gets the kill, and the Pacers get the point, and we are tied at 7. Strozier serves it on up. Attack on its way. Allie Kirk with the setup for Carroll, who now punches it over the blockers, but it's picked up by Snyder. Przeniak attacks. Strozier right there for it. Kirk again on the set. Allie Smith's attack is blocked. Good block there from Queens to retake the lead. Becerra and Logan Witt come together to get the block for Queens, and they get the serve back on their end. And Przeniak back to serve. Long serve, and that's too long as it sails out. And the Pacers get the point, tie it up again. Christine Carroll with the serve at the line. Przeniak receives, set on up. Here's the attack. Sperlin gets it, sends it right back on over. Queens will set up for the attack again. Play is blown dead. Point for the Pacers. Ball handling error is the official call. I'm sure the Pacers won't complain about that. Any point is a good point. Carroll serves it on up. Received. Set on up at the net. The attack sails out. Nobody touched it. It's a Pacer point. Becerra back out on the court for Queens. Carroll again to serve. Przeniak receives it. Becerra sets it on up. Here comes the attack from Tarvin, and she's going to get it through for the kill.
The ball touches the hardwood, but it's a kill for Casey Tarvin on Royals.
Jones with the serve now. Allie Smith receives it. Not a great reception, but Kirk tries to bail her out. Ball ends up out onto the scorer's table, and Queens has tied it up again at 10. Much more competitive set, and we said it earlier, but last set it seemed to be all Pacers until the late end of it, and then Queens mounted their comeback. Pacers now trying to play up to Queens' level, it seems. As that one sails out, that'll help.
The ball is out. Pacers.
So Pacers retake the lead, 11-10. Substitutions being made. Allie Bell coming onto the court for Allie Kirk. Serve short. Przeniak receives. Set on up. Here's the attack. And Brittany Villador is coming up with a big solo block to give the Pacers a 2-point lead. Short serve by Bell. Back onto the pacer end. Smith gets it. Bell sets it up for Sperling, who taps it over the blockers. Worked around in the Queen's end. Attack on its way. Martinez keeping it in play. Allie Smith sends it back over. Point still alive. Popped up into the air by Becerra. Attack gets over the head of Allie Bell and onto the line for the kill. And Queens takes over the point again. Becerra back to serve. On its way. Stroger receives. Allie Bell with the setup. Here comes Sperling with the attack. Nicely done to dig it on out and send it back on over by Queens. Almost into the net. Villadores kept the point alive. Pacers now back on their heels. Ball coming on in. And a nice catch is made.
Where's it going?
Nice catch. Like I said,
I'm always prepared. I'm always prepared.
That's good because you have to be over here. Allie Bell with the setup. Allie Smith on the attack. And Allie Smith coming up with the kill. And the Pacers retake the lead. Another substitution being made. Kayla Duggan coming on for Vanna Stroger. Allie Smith back to serve. Pacers up 13-12 at the halfway mark. Zaniak received the serve nice and clean, but the play is blown dead on a ball handling error. And another point for the Pacers. Their lead is 2 again. Worked around in the Queen's end on the attack and sending it through was Casey Tarvin off the fingertips of the blockers, and it will be a kill for Tarvin. And now Tarvin to serve. Her serve soars through the back end and out. Point for the Pacers. It's right back on their end. Easy come, easy go. As we used to say last year, the volleyball gods giveth and the volleyball gods taketh away. Zaniak receives the serve, set on up. Attack gets through the blockers where Martinez digs it out. Bell sets it for Smith. Bell ends up tripping over the feet of Sperling, but it doesn't matter because the kill comes in for Allie Smith, and the Pacers get the point. Worked around in the Queen's end, served on up. Blocked by Carroll, who tried to get it on through, and they're going to blow the play dead. Illegal attack, I believe. Nope, they're just going to say the ball was down. One too many touches. As long as you got to look at the officials, you got to read their signs. Never sure what they're going to say. Gabrielle Montgomery will serve it. Queens trailing USC Aiken 16-14. Serve comes to Kayla Duggan, set on up by Bell. Here's Carroll on the attack, but that one sails out, and will be a point for Queens. Montgomery again at the line. Serve comes back to Duggan. Bell sets it on up. Here's Kelsey Sperling on the attack. Nice dig from Tarvin. Montgomery sets it back for Tarvin, but it's dug on out by Bell. Martinez with the setup. Allie Smith attacks, and it sails out. Another point for Queens, and we're tied again at 16. Serve on its way. Duggan, Martinez. Back for Duggan, blocked at the net. Bell right there for it. Martinez sets it up again for Duggan. This time it gets through, and it's going to be a kill for Kayla Duggan as the ball sailed past the wrong end of the antenna. Well, Kelsey Sperling will go back to serve. Allie Kirk coming back onto the floor for the Pacers. Received by Przeniak, set on up, attack on its way. Nice dig by Kelsey Sperling, sent back to the Queen's end. Now the Pacers corral it. Carroll on the attack, kept alive though. Nice dig by Jones. Przeniak attacking. Martinez getting a great dig, but nobody there. Well, Duggan was there, but it's going to be one too many touches by the Pacers, and Allie Smith knew it. Great effort though by the Pacers, and that's why you never give up on the plate. So Snyder will serve it up. 17 all, your score. On its way, Sperlin gets to it. Kirk now sets it up. Here comes Duggan on the attack, off the tips of the blockers and down. Kill for Kayla Duggan, and the Pacers retake the lead. And the Lander Bearcats have returned from wherever they were. They're the next ones to face Queens, so needless to say, they will be scouting. Queens on the attack, off the block from Carroll. Now Kirk sets it up for Carroll. Carroll's attack gets through and is going to be in for a kill off the fingertips. Another point for the Pacers. Now that's another question I actually wanted to ask you. I know the dance team does a lot of competitions. Do you scout the competition that you're going to be going against?
Well, actually, we try not to watch the competition before we compete. We try not to watch them perform, not to get our nerves up. We choose to just
You stick with your own routine?
We stick with our own routine and worry about what we can do to make it better.
And usually you have a good routine out there, trying to bring home those Peach Belt Conference championships.
Oh yeah, well, we have amazing choreographers.
Blocked at the net on Carroll's attack, tough thing to do. Sent on in, Allie Smith breaks it through the blockers. And Pacers retake their 2-point lead. Queens, while you were answering the interview question, managed to get another point. So the score now 20-18, representing the current year. Carroll on the serve. Breziniak receives, set on up. Here comes the attack. Nice dig from Sperlin. Kirk with the setup. Here's Allie Smith on the attack. Breziniak digs it out cleanly. Attack on its way from Tarvin. Now it's Smith getting to it. Kirk sends it on over, and Kirk getting that campfire kill. Hard to get her, hard to watch her do that if you're an opposing team, because she does it with nearly zero flaws. And we are going into another timeout, so we'll take another break. 21-18 your score, Pacers over Queens. And we are back. 21-18 your score. Carroll still serving as the Pacers lead the Queens Royals. Serve on its way. Breziniak receives. Up on the air, and Vial Torres coming up with another solo block. And the Pacers get another point out of that. Carroll serves again. Jones on the reception, set on up and sent on in to the Pacer end. Kirk having to get to a jump ball down. And they're going to call that a point for Queens on a net violation. J.C. Jones will serve. And the serve is out, point Pacers. Ellie Bell coming back out. She will serve it on up. Serve on its way. Set up by Becerra. Here comes the attack. There's Martinez. Attack on its way. Sent on over and out. And that will be a point for USC Aiken. And Rebecca Martinez just got a dig on that play, which means
that puts her into 5th place for all-time digs.
So congratulations to Rebecca Martinez, but still have one more point to play this set as Bell serves it up. Attack on its way, and that one sails out. Point Pacers, point and set Pacers as they win it 25-19 and take a 2-0 lead in sets. We'll take a short break. Be right back in just a little bit for set number 3. And welcome back. Marcus Johnson along with Becca Prine here at the Convocation Center. Going to lead him with some stats from the first two sets.
Yes, so point-wise, we are up 35-22. Kills, we're at 31-19 with a hit percent of .225 to .105. At digs, we've got 54, whereas Queens at 32.
And Pacers really leading in most of the categories out there, except for blocks. We're actually tied in blocks. Pacers have 4 blocks, as does Queens. The difference, Pacers have 4 solo blocks. Queens has 4 block assists. But we'll get set for the third set. 2-0 your score. Pacers leading Queens. And the Royals will get the ball to serve, starting things off. Alexandria Becerra to serve. Serve on its way. Allie Smith receives. Villadora on the attack. Good dig there from Jones to keep it going. It'll be sent on over by Becerra. Allie Smith receives. Now Allie Smith attacks, and Allie Smith sends it out. And it'll be a point for Queens. They strike first. Becerra serving again. And Estrosia receives, set on up. Here's Villadora on the attack, and Villadora coming up with the kill. Allie Bell will go back to serve to score tied 1-1. A nice short serve there from Bell, picked up by Elmore. Here comes the attack from Tarvin, gets through. Pacers trying to keep it alive, and Martinez will send it on over. Set on up at the net. Here's the attack, and that's going to sail out. And they're going to say it went off the fingertips of a blocker, so it will be a point for Queens. Elmore credited with the kill there, 2-1. And again, Pacers having to mop things up. This has been a recurring theme throughout the entire tournament, you know, all 3 days that we've been here, and to keep that floor nice and dry. So 2-1, Queens serving. Casey Tarvin back at the line. Serve on its way. Martinez receives the serve. Set on up. Vildadora's attack is denied by the blockers. Przeniak and Montgomery teaming up for that one. And Queens now up with a 2-point lead. That serve goes right into the net. That is a point for the Pacers. They'll take over on serve again. Allie Smith will take it. Short serve, right to Montgomery, set on up by Becerra. Przeniak attacks, but a nice block there from Sperlin, and Villadora keeps the point going. Martinez digging that one out, great dig there. Bell sets it up for Duggan, and Duggan just shoots it out. That'll be a point for Queens.
Point Queens.
So 4-2 the score early on in set 3. Montgomery with the ball at the back line. Martinez receives the serve. Set on up from Bell. Here's the attack from Kelsey Sperlin back on the attack and blocked at the net. Sperlin and Villadora is denying Przeniak a kill, and the Pacers take over again. Rebecca Martinez back at the line, serving it up. Przeniak receives the serve, set up, attack, gets through, beating Martinez on the left side. Logan Witt getting credited with the kill on that play. Casey Snyder subs in, and she'll go back to the line to serve. Queens still up by 2. Allie Smith receives the serve. Bell sets it up. Here's Duggan on the attack. Worked around in the Queens end. Przeniak looking for the back corner. Allie Smith denies that. Allie Bell sets it up. Here's Sperlin tapping it on over the blockers. Kept alive by Queens. Jones sets it up for Przeniak. Przeniak gets it on in, but Duggan was waiting for it. Bell looking for a campfire kill, can't get it. Back to the pacer end, Martinez with the setup back for Duggan. Ball still alive and ball downed. And will be a kill for Kayla Duggan, and the Pacers back within one and back in possession of the serve with Kelsey Sperlin. Allie Kirk and Allie Bell, 3 alleys. It's got to be tough keeping track of all of them. Kelsey Sperlin's serve is good. Set on up by Becerra. Here comes the attack, and that one lands in right in the back corner. Another point for Queens. Pacers having some trouble stringing points together. Queens still holding on to a 2-point lead. Przeniak serves to Sperlin. Set by Kirk. Here's Duggan on the attack, and that one will go right along the line. Another kill for Kayla Duggan, another point for the Pacers. And now Vanna Strozier to the line. 6-5 your score as we move along in set 3. Received by Tarvin. Tarvin back on the attack. Martinez getting another dig there. Kirk sets it up. Here's Allie Smith on the attack. Sent on in. Bumped up in the air by Przeniak and sent on over. Martinez receives. Kirk sets. Carroll attacks, and Carroll beats the blockers and gets it in front of Casey Snyder for the kill, and we're tied up at 6. And a Strozier serves. Received by Witt, sent on over. Here's the attack from Tarvin. That's off the hands of Martinez and out. That's a point for Queens. Serve from Jones on its way, where it'll be met by Strozier. Kirk sets it up for Smith, and Smith coming up with the kill for the Pacers to tie it up again. I have to say, it's really nice having all the athletes out helping out. And pretty much the entire staff today is being assisted by athletes.
Love being involved.
Allie Smith on the attack, and Allie Smith finding the back line for another kill. Pacers retaking the lead. And we genuinely appreciate the help from everybody in the athletics group. Christine Carroll serving it on up. Becerra sets it up for Tarvin, who gets it over the blockers, and that's going to be down. Point for Queens. Casey Tarvin getting the kill and tying it up. Now we'll see Alexandria Becerra go to the line to serve. 8-8 your score. Allie Smith received. Allie Kirk sends it over, and Allie Kirk finds the hardwood campfire kill, and it is 9-8 Pacers. Now Allie Bell to the line. Allie Kirk steps off. Here to Przeniak. Set up, attack from Montgomery, sails out, and it's a point for the Pacers. Now it's Pacers leading by 2. Short serve from Bell. Received cleanly by Elmore, set on up, and here's Tarvin on the attack. Strozier right there for it. Bell sets it up. Here's Allie Smith on the attack, and Allie Smith beats the blockers for a kill. There's a bug running across the court, and that is going to cause a little bit of a delay. And coming to the rescue is Alexandria Becerra. She has a kill on the night. I sincerely hope everybody at home laughed at that, because if not, I might cry. And a round of applause for the brave officiating team and Alexandria Becerra. Bell serves it on up. Becerra sets it on up. Here's Tarvin on the attack. Smith right there for it. Bell on the setup. Here's Kelsey Sperlin's attack that drifts back over to the Pacers' side. Ooh, great job by Prozeniak to keep that one up. And it's dropped down. It'll be a kill for Allie Smith and another point for the Pacers. And that will draw a timeout. And we are going to take a short break. Pacers leading 12-8 over Queens. We'll be right back. And we are back. Pacers up by a score of 12-8 on Queens. Allie Bell with the serve. Short serve, and it's a service ace for Allie Bell. She's been looking for that service ace with those short serves, and she finally gets it. Let's see if she goes with it again. Oh, she's putting a lot into it this time, and it's picked up by Tarvin. Set up, tapped on over. There's a dig from Martinez. Smith ends up getting it into the blockers and into the antenna, and that will close out the point.
One more dig. Rebecca Martinez will be in sole possession of 5th place.
So keep an eye out for that. Serve on the way, received by Strozier. Up into the air by Bell, and coming up with the kill is Brittany Villadores. Another point for the Pacers. Allie Smith back to serve now. Serve on its way. Tarvin has it, slam back down, and that's going to be a kill for the Pacers. Villadores again coming up with it, taking advantage of the mistake, and the Pacers lead 15-9. Another short serve, picked up by Tarvin, up in the air, and Prozeniak sends it over. Martinez gets the dig. That's sole possession of 5th place, getting another dig, punched on over. High into the air, sent back on in. Bell gets it, Martinez sets it. Here's the attack from Sperlin. Nice dig there from Becerra. High in the air, attack on its way. Bell, Smith, and Duggan sends it over. Getting it is Elmore. Up for Prozeniak. Martinez getting the dig on that one. Set from Bell, attack from Duggan, and she's going to beat the blockers as it goes out. A point for the Pacers. And another interesting note, with Martinez now in sole possession of 5th place, she passes one of her assistant coaches, Shannon Byers, for that spot. So that's going to be a very interesting conversation come tomorrow. I'm sure she's happy for her. It all results in a championship. Personally, I don't think it matters. If the end result is a championship, nothing else matters. Serve. Possible ace. Nope. It's going to be sent on over by Prozeniak. Allie Smith looking for that ace. Not going to get it. High into the air. Sperlin attacks. And that will be a kill for Kelsey Sperlin as Jones can't catch up to it. Pacers up 17-9 now. And the serve on its way from Smith. Not Prozeniak. That was Witt who got a hold of it. Sent back over. Bell getting a nice dig there. Martinez sets it up for Duggan, who gets it through the blockers. Jones got a hand on it, but it's going to find the floor for a kill for Kayla Duggan, and another point for the Pacers. Gabby Montgomery coming in for Olivia Williamson. Serve to Montgomery. Set up by Becerra. Przeniak attacks, blocked at the net, still kept alive. Becerra got it on over. Bell sets it up. Vialdora's on the attack. Now Jones getting the dig. Becerra sets it for Elmore, and that's going to be in there for the kill. Lindsay Elmore coming up big there for Queens. Montgomery will serve it with Queens trailing the Pacers by 8. Martinez got the serve there. Duggan sends it on over. Becerra getting the dig. Up into the air and sent on over, but blocked at the net. Brittany Vialdora is again coming up with the block, and that is why head coach Glenn Cox recruited her. She can block. All back over to the Pacers side. Martinez with the serve. Tarvin received it. Here's Przeniak on the attack. Bell receives it and sends it back on over. Attack back for Bell, who gets the dig. Martinez on the setup for Duggan. Duggan runs into some blockers, but the blockers put it in the antenna, and the Pacers get the point. Kayla Duggan with the kill credit. Pacers up by 10 now. 20-10 your score. Martinez still back at the line to serve. Queens working in their zone. Przeniak gets the attack off, and Bell got a handle on it, but the ball is going to drift into the scorer's table, and will be a kill for Przeniak and a point for Queens. AC Snyder subbing back in and going back to the line to serve it for the Royals. Serve to Duggan. She has a little trouble with it. Martinez bails her out. Now Duggan on the attack. Punch back on over where Bell gets to it. Martinez sets it up. Here comes Sperlin on the attack. Jones getting the dig on there. Becerra sets it up. Przeniak runs into some blockers. Kept alive. Nice reaction time of the Pacers. Now Queens having to reel back on their heels and send it on over from Przeniak. Bell with the setup. No, she's looking for the campfire kill. Not going to get it, though, as Queens read it perfectly. Przeniak sends it over and just misses the line. Pacers get the point. Kelsey Sperlin back to the line now, serving it up. 21-11. Pacers trying to close this out in straight sets. That would be a breath of fresh air for them, as they had a long 5-set match the night before. I'm sure they'd love a quick one. Get a little bit of a breather in before their next match tonight at 6 o'clock. And the floor is sufficiently dry. Allie Bell subs out. Allie Kirk subs in. And Kelsey Sperlin looks like she's going to sub out, and they're going to bring in Bryn Bonner. Serve on its way. Nice short serve right over the top of the net. Jones received it. Przeniak attacks, and it sails out. Point Pacers. And that will draw a timeout. Pacers leading 22-11 over Queens, and I just realized we haven't done any of the sponsors today, so let's go ahead and knock all of those out while we have the time. Aiken Flooring, proud sponsor of USC Aiken Athletics. Aiken Flooring, you can stand on us. Tyler's Tire and Auto Center. The South Carolina Education Lottery, where you're not only taking a chance, but giving a chance. Willie Jewell's Old School Barbecue, where every dish is served with a side of Southern hospitality. Stop on in and tell them Pacer Sports sent you. And last but not least, Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. For your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, count on Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. Done in record time, still 40 seconds left in the timeout, and the Pacers come back onto the floor. As does Queens, we are ready to go. Nice short timeout. Good thing I got through all those really fast. Not used to having to do that. Normally I'm a bit more on top of my game for the sponsors, but I got them all out, so they can't find me. So Bryn Bonner to serve it. Serve on its way. Picked up by Przeniak. Set at the net. Here's the attack. Martinez gets a hand on it. Smith sets it for Duggan, who gets it on over, but it's duggan out by Tarvin. Becerra sets for Przeniak on its way. Martinez right there for it. Allie Kirk sets it up. Christine Carroll gets it through and in for the kill. Pacers get another point, 23-11. From Bonner, worked around the Queen's end. Here comes the attack from Witt. Martinez received. Kirk sets it up for Carroll. Carroll on the attack, and it just sails out for a point for Queens. Now Przeniak will go back to the line to serve. Queens trailing 23-12 here in set 3. Bonner receives the serve, set on up by Kirk. Here's Carroll on the attack. Well, it's blown dead. It's going to be a net violation is the call. And Carroll will get credited with the kill on it. So it is now match point USC Aiken. Then a Strozier to the line to serve. Serve on its way. Jones receives, sets up from Becerra. Tarvin gets the attack on in, but it will be Martinez set for Smith. And Allie Smith comes up with the kill. That's point, set, and match for the Pacers. They take it in straight sets. Score of set 3, 25-12. As Pacers take down Queens in their first match of the day. They will be back in action, however, in a few hours when they take on Barton. Our next match will be Lander versus the same Queens team at 4:30, so be sure to stick around until then. Becca, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast today.
It's my pleasure.
And for Becca Prine, I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you, and have a good one.